Hello and welcome to the weather update. It's about 9:45, June 1st, 2023. So I have to go over May's statistics. And let's get that over with first here. They may actually have a graphic for it. No, they don't. Okay, so let's go here. We'll go to May's statistics for it. We'll start off with that first before anything else. It was a pretty hot day today, but we'll go over that. Well, first we'll go over today's daily statistics. Islip was 2 degrees above normal, hit 77. So that high was 4 degrees above normal. The low was 54. That's still 2 degrees below normal. So we averaged about 2 degrees above normal at Islip. And then look at how much hotter it was in Central Park. 87 degrees. Much hotter. Islip didn't even get into the 80s. Central Park got it to 87. That's 12 degrees above normal. The low is 59, which is 1 degree below normal. So that puts them about 5 degrees above normal for the day. So pretty warm day there. And I bet it was even warmer in Jersey today. Let's see, 88 in Newark. So, yeah, a little warmer there, of course. So let's go back to Islip, and we're going to look at the monthly weather summary for Islip for May. And here we go. So here's your monthly weather summary for Islip for May. Our average maximum was 69.4. Normal 68.3, so we're 1.1 degree above normal for your high. Average minimum was 48.9. The normal is 50.8, so we're almost 2 degrees below normal that way. So this all washes out to about around normal. Temperatures were around normal. Even though the highs were a little bit above normal, we had a lot of days with a large range in temperatures. All right. The big issue here was the lack of rain. 1.91. Normal rainfall is 3.28 inches. So a lot less, a lot drier than we're supposed to see. We'll go over Central Park's monthly weather summary. And Central Park, a similar pattern here, a little bit below normal. 71.8 is the high, average high. Normal 71.4, pretty much almost normal. The lows were below normal though. That's where it seems to be the biggest range, being below normal. The lows, but other than that, close to normal with the temperatures. However, rainfall severely lacking, only 1.28 inches. Normal rainfall is 3.96. So we are running dry, and that is why we're seeing all these fires all over the place. It seems like we're going through a very dry spell, very much like the West Coast went through in recent years. However, not this past year. So it's like the tables have turned a little bit. So let's go take a look at the satellite image. I can see the smoke. We still got some smoky haze around. Not as thick as it has been. Today was a little bit better, but you see, look over here, and you'll see there's a wildfire in New Jersey. It's the Allen Road wildfire right here in New Jersey in Bass River State Forest. You can see it right here, and the smoke's actually drifting into Delaware, almost down to D.C., the smoke, and I bet you they're smelling it down there, too, as well. However, it's interesting how the winds are from the northeast and are pushing it southwestward, which is very interesting because here at the surface, we've generally had a southerly to southwesterly flow, which is kind of interesting. And we'll have to see if that changes. So let's go to the latest on our current conditions outside. And also across the country, you'll see plenty of air quality alerts, probably due to a mixture of ozone, due to warm temperatures, and also because of the wildfire smoke that is coming from all over Canada. And I mean all over. We're going to look at some more satellites from Canada in a moment. But you'll see there, generally speaking, lots of air quality alerts. And they're getting a lot of rain in this area here in the Rockies. This seems to be where all the wet weather is concentrated on. And if we look at the weather map, which I didn't put on the screen, forgot to do that. You'll see here, that's where all the low pressure centers are, where you have highs generally over the east. So let's go back to the map, and we're going to look at our temperatures. And you'll see there's a lot of heat in the east. We're seeing some more warm weather in the east, also warm weather east of the Rockies there as well, coming up to Texas. But let's go and look at our area, and you'll see air quality alerts are in effect for tomorrow. Much of New Jersey, Long Island, downstate New York dealing with air quality issues due to the aforementioned smoke, ozone, just not a whole lot of air circulation out there. Temperatures right now, 64 at Islip, 66 at Farmingdale, And in the alley, we are at 72. Not usually, maybe a little more like 70, 72 I'll put it at. So it's still warmer in that alley than it is in other areas, but it's not that far off from the actual air temperature. It's just by about 5 degrees or so. I have another video explaining why the alley is so warm coming up as well. You'll see a little cooler out East 59 in West Hampton. City obviously holding on to the heat. It's like being in the city, that alley. It just holds in the heat. And then you can see here dropping off as well in Ocean County as well into the low 60s. Looking at the day let's go look at the highs for the day. So highs generally in the upper 70s, but as you got into Nassau County, central Nassau County, we had low 80s here. I think that 85 is a little suspect. Probably more like 82 or 83 in Mineola. South Shore, a lot cooler, mid-70s, where there was a sea breeze. However, it was humid today. We'll look at that in a moment as well. You see North Shore get a little warmer on the North Shore, cooler on the South Shore, East End as well. You work your way into the city. That's where you see the mid-80s and almost near 90 in near toward New Jersey there, northern New Jersey. Southern Jersey, though, had a sea breeze. Look at that, upper 70s and low 80s. Very interesting to see for highs. Let's go to the lows. And you'll see here that we had temperatures generally in the mid-50s. Lows in the mid-50s. However, West Hampton got down to 45. The city only got down to low 60s due to that, again, that heat island. And low 50s here in Jersey as well. So putting the observations back on the screen, we'll take a look at our wind flows. And it's kind of interesting. So islip, obviously you see the dew points up to 63. Definitely feeling that humidity out there. That's making it feel uncomfortable. And during the day, we had dew points around 60 degrees, too. You can see generally light southerly winds at islip. And if you're at Farmingdale, also probably light southerly winds. But you see those dew points, they're up there. But light southerly winds as well. And, again, they got up to the upper 70s. But, again, further west you go, the warmer it is. All right. So New Jersey is an interesting case because it looked like they had a sea breeze coming in from the east, which is interesting. So if we look at Jersey here, you'll see, let's see if it mentions the wind direction. You'll see more of an easterly flow here in Jersey. After hitting the upper 70s, they drop down. All right, so it's kind of interesting how sometimes they will get a sea breeze in Jersey from the east, and that's exactly what wound up happening today. There was a sea breeze from the east, and that kind of probably didn't help the fire that much. But now the winds are calm. The humidity is high, so it's in their favor to get this fire under control, hopefully, as we deal with, again, that, we'll go to the winter map as well. Again, we have that air quality alert in effect tomorrow. We'll go over that again. You'll see temperatures generally across the area, generally a little bit warmer in the middle. Yeah, we got some upper 60s. If you're on the South Shore, it's a little cooler, mid-60s there. And again, here in Mineola, it just didn't feel like we got much of a sea breeze until the evening. It's showing a light west wind again, so look at this thermometer here. Let's see what the high was today. 83, that's about right. Yeah, low 80s. So we had low 80s. And you can see it looks like it did drop off in the afternoon. I guess there was a bit of a sea breeze after 3 o'clock. It did wind up dropping things off. So anyway, enough about that. Let's talk more about the smoke, because that's the big story here at the weather and these fires that are continuing to burn. So let's go look at the North American view. We'll first start with Canada, northern U.S., and you're going to take a look at all the smoke here that's in Canada right now. Look at this. So this kind of illustrates it perfectly. We'll back this up a little bit to 60, and you'll see right there, look at all that smoke in Canada. That's the whole country's full of smoke. Even Hudson Bay, it's all full of smoke. And you still have these fires burning over here. Look at that. They really look like they really took off there again. Northwest Territories and British Columbia, looks like it's picked up again over there. So if we go to that southeastern Alaskan view, you'll be able to see that in this loop. Yeah, look at that. You can really see how it's picked up. It looks like, yeah, we got British Columbia now and northwestern Saskatchewan and this area here in the Northwest Territories continue to burn out of control. It's unbelievable, and they're going to be bringing more smoke. The smoke's going to be with us for it's going to be an issue for indefinitely. That's the only way I can put it right now. Let's see if I can get. It's a shame that they don't have one of the. Yeah, they don't have one of the of Nova Scotia, but we can go look at the MODIS satellite on that, and that is what we will do next. So this is what we look like. This is the fire in Jersey right now. So this is that Allen Road fire in Bass River State Forest. Luckily, like I said, it's not too windy, so hopefully they can get that under control. However, this fire continues to burn out of control. Look at all the smoke that this fire in Nova Scotia is putting out. It's just a tremendous amount of smoke here. Look at that. That's just incredible there. So, yeah, lots of smoke coming from that. It's probably going to make it all the way across the seaboard. And you can see, look at all the smoke in Canada here. So just because a cold front moves through, we're going to be dealing with more smoke behind that cold front. So it's all over the place. And, again, these are the fires here that are continuing to burn here in Northwest Territories, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, filling Canada with smoke. It's unbelievable. And this over here is a depression that the Hurricane Center is watching. So if we go to the National Hurricane Center, you'll see it's TD2. Maximum saying it's fairly weak right now, but it's moving very slow, but it's in the Gulf. We have the above normal water temperatures, and we'll have to watch to see if that becomes a tropical storm or not. Let's go now to the models, and we'll take a look at how things are going to pan out into next week here. And you'll see here that we have, again, we stay dry tomorrow, but then we have this cold front come through that could bring us some rain, perhaps a chance of rain. However, it's not a big chance, and it won't be a lot. Overnight Friday into Saturday, and then we have a high pressure that'll bridge down and give us fairer weather Sunday, and then as we get in the next week, so we have a little bit of a low that kind of just sits over us and could bring us some shower chances and clouds next week. However, again, it's not going to be a lot of rain. If we put this into here, put this through a whole week, and we go to the total accumulated precip, you'll see, look at that. Most of the rain is further to the north. Luckily, it will happen over Nova Scotia, and they'll get help with the fires. But, I mean, our metropolitan area, Long Island, New York City, New Jersey, downstate New York, barely anything. It's the mid-Atlantic. So it's going to stay on the dry side, which is not good. So let's go to the northeast view here, and we'll look at the HRRR model first. Let's take a look and see what that's going to be bringing us. So, let me just get this into precipitation mode here. So you'll see here, dry tomorrow. We do have a slight chance of some pop-up showers in the afternoon. We have this cold front that's approaching. This is the front that's going to bring some rain to Nova Scotia. It doesn't look like a whole lot, though. And then you'll see, as we head into tomorrow night, we'll have some more showers break out tomorrow night. There'll definitely be some more showers breaking out tomorrow night. But they'll be on the weak side. They won't be. It won't be anything that intense. Shower, maybe even thunderstorm. Really nothing severe. That's like a little bit of a backdoor cold front. And then for Saturday, see it moves on out, and then we're dry already. So the weekend looks like it's trending drier. The main rain event's going to be overnight. Tomorrow evening into Saturday morning, we get some rain. But other than that, that's what the HRRR is saying. Let's look at the dew points and wind flow here. So you can see it's humid. We're staying humid tomorrow. You can see southwest winds again tomorrow. Light winds, though, so this should hopefully help. The light winds and the higher humidity should hopefully help firefighters in Jersey contain that fire that's going on in Bass River. And you'll see, again, wind southwesterly. And then we have that backdoor front, and then boom, here come the east winds. And this could be a problem because dew points drop, the winds pick up, and if these fires aren't out, and say Jersey, they could flare back up again. I'll have to keep an eye on that again. That northeast wind could bring in more smoke from Nova Scotia if they don't get that fire out by then. We'll have to see what happens there. But the smoke is everywhere. It's almost over the whole North American continent. So not dropping back too much tonight. Probably lows around 60 degrees. Tomorrow we heat up again. Very similar to today, I think, temperature range. Very simple temperature. So probably low 80s, probably central Nassau and mid-80s. And then as you get to the city, closer to 90. South Shore further east, you'll have upper 70s. And then you'll see the sea breeze come in. Again, there'll probably be a sea breeze along the coast in Jersey as well, keeping things cooler. And then you'll see the temperatures drop. Once we get toward, again, that sea breeze will come and drop things. And then once that backdoor comes in, we'll be in the 50s Saturday morning, and Saturday will be much cooler. Highs only in the low 70s, so a lot cooler, probably be below normal yet again, and then cooler at night, Saturday night to Sunday night. If we want to go any further than that, though, we got to go to the GFS, and we'll do that in a moment. Darn allergies. All right. Pollen is just, I had to get a drink. But anyway, as you're looking at the GFS here, you see that dry air in there, northeasterly winds, and those easterly winds continue into Sunday, so it'll keep us cool air in place. And as you get the next week, you'll see a little more the northwest winds there. But again, not saying a northwesterly flow, which means no really big heat. The only heat ups we're dealing with are today and tomorrow, and that'll be it. So looking at the temperatures here, you'll see there's your temperatures pretty much in agreement there with the HRRR, and then we drop back on Saturday. Sunday, we maybe warm it up to the mid-70s. So I get a little more like mid-70s, but no really big heat ups because of that. Again, that thing that little upper level disturbance that's going to be sitting over us. So let's pull up another model here for the weekend here. That's not going to be enough. It's not even going to go for enough. I think we'll talk more about. I wanted to look at the tomorrow night's rain event and see how much we're going to get out of this. It's not going to be very much. So again, this is the NAM for tomorrow. This is the NAM 12. Am I in the NAM 12? I'm in the NAM 3. No, I want the NAM 3. All right, let's go to the NAM 3. So here's the NAM 3, and you'll see, again, very limited shower act. The NAM is drier than the HRRR, and if this pans out, we're not going to get anything. Very scattered rain. The NAM kind of has it happening later on the day on Saturday. So the NAM's much slower than the HRRR and the GFS. I'm not really quite buying this slow movement. But, again, it's still not going to be very much rain. And that's the problem. When you look at total accumulated precip on this, you see that's barely anything. It's almost nothing except where maybe the shower thunderstorm at maybe a quarter of an inch. And that's it. Let's go to the HRRR next. And I'll go back to the HRRR here as we go into this and see what the HRRR has for rainfall. It's mostly north of the city, wherever these cells occur. Maybe some areas might be lucky enough to get a half an inch, but most areas a quarter of an inch or less. That's barely anything. Importantly, you'll see rain showers over Nova Scotia where those fires are occurring, but they're scattered, and you see that it's a scattered in nature, and hopefully they get a decent amount of rain. Like I said, it's trending drier, and that's not a good sign. Because it looked like we were going to get more of a decent rain in Nova Scotia. If we look at the GFS is a little more encouraging here. Maybe over an inch in Nova Scotia. We'll have to see. But generally for our area, it doesn't look like we're going to see that much. And then as we go through the week, you'll see. To next week, you'll see, again, you have an upper level low system, which might throw a couple of instability showers our way, but it won't amount to very much, unfortunately, and that's the problem. So staying dry, which is not good. I don't know why that the Climate Prediction Center keeps us in. When we last looked at it, it had us at. Let me go back over here. I'll look at this in a moment. CPC. If I look at the 8 to 14 day, temperatures below, but they don't have precipitation below. I mean, it just doesn't look like we're seeing much rain. So I don't know why they're doing that. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But anyway, let's talk about the skies next. So we're going to go to the smoke models here that we have. Let's refresh this. I think we got the latest. Let's see if we got the latest zeros in. So this is the vertically integrated smoke, which we'll start with first. And you'll see a little less of it tomorrow. It's showing less of it for tomorrow. This is as far out as this is going to go on the vertically integrated smoke. However, and I don't think there'll be much near surface smoke either. I think we'll see less of it. Let's say less of it. I'm not going to say there won't be any, but there'll be less of it than there was. And we can go back to 15Z and have a look at the longer run of this model here, the RAP model, and see how far out this takes us. I see there's smoke that's going to come down with possibly with this backdoor front. It's interesting. It's almost modeling another fire over here. It's actually showing another fire over here. Very interesting that it's showing that. I don't know how it's picking that up. I don't even know how that's picking that up. Is there another fire in there in that particular part of Canada that I don't know about? It seems like it's showing something, so I'm wondering if we have another fire in Quebec province now. It wouldn't surprise me. Almost every province in Canada is dealing with wildfires. It's incredible. It really is. But anyway, that's what we have on that model. We'll have to see what happens with that. We'll have another run of it tomorrow night to look at. But anyway, let's go back and look at the skies as far as clouds go, and we'll look at the GFS here, and you'll see tomorrow we'll have sunshine tomorrow probably again. Not showing much in the way of clouds. It does show clouds overnight, and it shows clouds Saturday, and then as you get into Sunday, we're mostly sunny. But then as you get into next week, we may have a couple of days where we'll be dealing with some instability type of cloudiness, and smoke possibly mixed in with that, of course. Let's look at the RGEM model here. So looking at the RGEM again, it just shows those coastal stratus clouds. Not too many clouds until we get to it later in the afternoon. We'll have that from the cold front, and maybe that again the showers that we might see from that. And then Saturday we'll probably be dealing with clouds, and then Sunday we should get rid of the clouds. But again, there could be smoke. That is always that is something that's going to be a constant. I don't think we're going to have any completely smoke-free skies at this point. The smoke is going to be a big issue as we get toward as we just go through the next week, because it's not really going anywhere. Unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. So let's go look at back to the North American view, which I'm going to have to take to a different model if I want that. Just look at our jet stream just to the next week here, right? So you can see that little trough coming through that's going to bring that little cool down there at that backdoor front. You can see generally troughing in the east, tendency to be troughing in the east, continuing. So with that, that's why we're going to stay below normal. You can see that. And again, we can't really look at the smoke, but one thing we can do is do temperature anomalies here, and you see that continues where the northeast is cooler, and Canada, western Canada in particular, well above normal, and that's not good when it comes to these fires. So if I go a whole week ahead and look at total accumulated precip, there is some precipitation there, but it's scattered and probably not falling where the fires are burning. So the fires are going to continue to be a problem, and we're going to continue to deal with this wildfire smoke until further notice, as I said earlier. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Just looking at the sunset tonight, and you can see a little bit of that wildfire smoke, a little bit of it, nothing terrible. It's still you can definitely see it on the horizon. It's noticeable, especially as the sun got lower. You can see it got that orange color there. But that is going to wrap up this weather update. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.